the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention, which is, I think it's actually a really big mistake, is understanding and actually reading what the ad policies are. And I say this because I think what happens is we'll either listen to what somebody else says, or we'll read a blog post, or we're reading somebody's interpretation of it. Facebook has, I think they've actually improved it quite a bit so that the policies are very understandable. And you also, there's so many rumors and fake news out there about what Facebook does and what Facebook doesn't. So especially for yourself as a pro media buyer, I strongly recommend you take the time to go in here and actually read the actual policies that Facebook prints. And I think you'll also find that some people misinterpret it, or some, it's broken telephone. Somebody says one thing and then it gets repeated so many times and it's completely distorted at the end of it. For sure, go over here to prohibited content. They actually have examples for you over here. Read through these and try to stay in compliance with these policies. The reason I say this is because you may see ads out there that are running that are not in compliant. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be compliant. What'll happen is some ads will get through. Yes, there's a lot of different factors that happen in terms of how some ads kind of squeak through or not. However, if you're in this for the long term, you should be compliant, because eventually people get caught and your ad accounts get shut down, or your profile gets shut down, or your entire business manager account gets shut down. So I'm not going to stand here and preach about, okay, white hat, gray hat, black hat, but a good long-term I think strategy is to try and be compliant, and that could mean that you just have to be more creative. That's all. The other thing is, they give you examples here, and that's great that they give you examples. However, you have to remember that everything is still taken into account with the entire context. So if you put tips to lose weight in an ad and it got disapproved, it may not be because of that phrase. It could be because of your landing page. They definitely do that. And Facebook employees have been known to to opt in and kind of go through the funnel and take a look at it. It could be the website. It could be the rest of the ad. There could be a lot of other factors involved, but you should go over here and you should take a look at what it says and really what they're trying to accomplish. Like, for example, with personal attributes, people take this as saying, oh, you're not allowed to use the word you. Well, you should try not to use the word you, because that is one of the flags, but you can still use it. It just depends on the context and how you're using it. Or I know that there's another rumor going around saying you should never put a question at the beginning of your ad. You should never put a question about somebody's personal attributes in the ad. You can still ask a question, but you can't have it calling out somebody's personal attributes. So again, you just need to be much more creative about this. One that I've seen like people get caught is if your page goes down, you want to pause all your ads, because otherwise it's going to get disapproved very quickly if the landing page is down, and then you got to get it approved again once your landing page gets up. And you want to avoid as many disapprovals as possible. So like I said, go through here. I can't emphasize the importance of going through here, just reading exactly what Facebook puts out instead of reading what somebody else says Facebook puts out. Okay. And finally, as I mentioned already, is lean into the algorithm. I know it can be counterintuitive, but Facebook wants us to do that, and they're going to reward people for that. So learn how you can best lean into the algorithm, and learn how you can give Facebook little clues about which way to kind of maneuver, right? When you're leaning into the algorithm. That's like giving them some guidelines. So it's finding the balance between doing, hey, Facebook, do everything for me, versus Facebook, do everything for me, but here's a couple other guidelines that I would like to have. Congratulations, you have made it through bulletproof Facebook ads. We just have a few little notes for you to help set you up for success in the next stages of your Facebook ads journey. So, what have we done? We've given you a proven process, we've given you step by step action plans, and we've also highlighted where a lot of people fail so that you don't fall into those same traffic traps. And that's going to save you a lot of time. You also have a lot of resources and tutorials that you can always go back to. I strongly suggest that if you get stuck anywhere or if you need to review something, go back and review that section again. Because Facebook updates itself frequently too, we're going to be keeping this course updated as well. So it's always great to come back in here to see what is new. Finally, what's going to happen is once you start to take action, you are going to run into problems. You're going to run into questions. You're going to run into challenges. That's just the nature of media buying, and that's just the nature of advertising on Facebook. So take advantage of this rich resource that you have, which is ProLeague. You can tag Justin, you can tag myself, Leanna, you can tag any of the guardians in there and be more than happy to help you. Also, because we've done a lot of media buying, we'll probably experience something that you already have a challenge with. So if you post in there, we should be able to help diagnose it pretty quickly instead of having you waste a lot of time trying to figure it out on your own. So take advantage of that. We got your back, and I look forward to seeing all your questions and what you want to share inside of ProLeague. So commit now just to take action. Don't worry about it being perfect, okay? Just implement and put up your first Facebook campaign. The first one is always the hardest. Once you get the first one done, then you're going to work on optimizing it, and you'll get better and better and better at it. You just have to go in and start. Remember to plan your workout. The more you think about it and plan it out ahead of time, then just implement it on the Facebook ads platform, the better it's going to work for you. And as I mentioned, ask questions in ProLeague and make sure you share your successes in there. We love to hear success stories. And you know what? Hearing how other people are doing well on the platform, sometimes that can also give us other ideas of how that can work for us too. So you're helping other people as well when you share your successes. And it's a great encouragement as well to show how you can be successful on this platform too. So again, congratulations for making it through the entire course. And I look forward to talking with each one of you, answering your questions, hearing your successes inside of ProLeague.